So good afternoon. In this particular session, we will discuss about the introduction part of the operation management. So what is the operation? The first thing is when we talk about the organization, any organization, okay, so they maybe provide the services, they maybe provide the goods. Okay, so any organization can produce if you see the end product is the goods or maybe the services. Okay, if I talk about any organization, that is the thing. So the producing this good and services, we need to do the some activity. For producing this good and services, we need to do some processes, or you can say the transformation processes, and with the help of that, we can produce some this good and services. Again, for applying the processes, for that some input is required. For producing this good and services, we require some input. That may be the manpower, that may be the material, that may be the means again you can say the capital, that may be the means other machines, equipment, this may be the input, etc. Okay, and you will do the some activities with the help of this input. You will do the some activity and convert this thing into the some good and services, and that is the end product of any organization. Means every organization produce and provide some services and goods. So that is the main thing. So now, for producing this good and services, you will do the some activity. That activity is nothing but the operation. That activity is nothing but the operation. So now, in this particular section, we will discuss first what is the operation management, what is the good and services, what is the supply chain, what is the transformation process, and what is the historical evolution of the operation management. So now, operation management means what? Again, I discussed the part of the business organization, the part of the organization that is responsible for producing goods and services. Okay, so every organization produces goods and services, and what for producing that good and services, what type of the activity we are doing, what are the function we are doing. So that is the part of that is known as operation. Okay, that is known as operation. And now how to manage that particular operation? So the management of that particular activities. Okay, if you manage properly that particular activity, okay, so that is a part of the operation management. Means what are the things you need to manage in the operation management? Means for producing these goods and services. If I say again, for producing these goods and service services and goods. Okay, so there you will use the inputs. That input may be the manpower, that input may be the machine, that input may be capital, like that. Okay, etc. And you will do that input transform into the some good and services. Okay, so you need to how I will manage the activity which are responsible for producing this good and services, which are responsible for producing this good and services. So that management part of this operation. Okay, operation means the activity which are used to produce good and services. If you manage properly, that is nothing but the operation management. And why we need to manage? Because with the proper management, you can increase the profit of the organization. Means properly you need to utilize the manpower, properly you need to utilize the material, properly you need to utilize the machines, capital, and all things. So that is a part of the operation management. So now, what is the good and what is the services? The tangible product will become into the goods. Like when I talk about the automobile, computer, oven, and shampoo. Means this item includes the raw material, part, and sub-assembly, and the final products. The service activity provides some combination of the time, location, psychological value. So like you can say the saloon. Saloon is the service-based company as an organization. Okay, as well as you can say the air travel, education. So these are all services. Okay, even means when we talk about your organization, that is the education-based services provide. Okay. So when we talk about the operation management, again remain this four thing means you need to focus on the managing the right quality, managing the right quantity, as well as the means right quantity you should be able to produce on time. In on time means time is also one of the critical factors. Means on time you need to provide the thing, otherwise you will lose the customer. As well as the cost reduction, how we can reduce the cost without compromising the quality, without compromising with the time. How we can reduce the cost? Okay, so that is again the part. So QQTC is a very much important concept. We can be able to provide. That is the main part of the operation management. Can be able to provide right quality, right quantity on right time with minimum cost. That is the main requirement. So what is the operation means? We give the inputs in terms of the material, in terms of the man, in terms of the machine, that transform into the good and services. That particular thing transform into the good and services. So we can answer the following question. If you work in the operation management department, you should be answer this particular question. Who will produce that particular product? How much we need to do? We need to produce. What we need to produce and when we need to produce. So this entire question is answered by the operation management department. Okay. So now supply chain is a big concept compared to the operation management. Means when I say operation management means I'm focusing on about this thing, means who will produce that particular product, how much we need to produce, what we need to produce, and when we need to produce. But supplier means here I'm not talking about only producing the goods and services, only create the product and services. I'm not talking about the creation and the production. When we say about the supply chain means you are focusing more on the means you can say uh, supply means here the distributor part also will become. So that particular product which you create, that will be distributed on time to the end consumer, to the customer. So that is the direct supplier, producers, distributors, okay, and the final customers. Okay, so this entire thing will come into the operation means into the supply chain. So when we talk about the supply chain means what? Here we are not only talking about the production of the services, production of the goods. Here we are talking about the distributor. On time we will get the raw material and all things. So suppliers, as well as how to manage the suppliers. So we will get the on time all the requirement, means all the raw material and all things. We will means, see the producer, we will see the distributor, we will see the final customer, means consumer. So all the thing, these all are interrelated, and we need to manage properly this entire thing. That part will become into the supply chain management. Means how you will manage the supplier, how you will manage the producer, how you will manage the distributor, how you will manage the final customer. So this all the things will come into the supply chain management. Okay, so that is a more broader view compared to the operation management. So now when we talk about the operation, again, I'm telling the same thing. It's the business function that is responsible. Means that particular means we know that means when we talk about the operation management means we actually generally do the some activity for producing the good and services. That activities come into the operation. Okay, so that activity may be the planning of the main material. Okay, all the input related planning. How much manpower is required to produce a particular product and services? How much material is required? How much energy is required? How much capital is required? So that entire planning part, the coordinating with the different department. Okay, coordinating with the finance department. What will be the demand in the next month? And means what the finance we will get, as well as the same thing you can discuss with the marketing department because they are directly connected with the customer. So you can ask what is the customer review about the product and all things. So coordination within inside the operation management department with the product manager, with the project manager. So this all the thing is the come into the operation management. The controlling thing, if you are not producing the right quality product or right quantity product on time, in that case you need to control the thing properly. Okay. So this is all the part of the operation management. So it is a systematic direction, control and evaluation of the entire range of the processes that transform input into the finished good and services. So it is a systematic way to control and evaluate the entire processes which is actually used to transform input into the finished good and services. So there also environment also impact like culture, market, political, this influence also impact. And the input of this particular thing, if I put here, the input will be the HR, means HR means human resource will be the input to produce any good and services. Capital will be the input to produce any good and services. Material is input for producing any good and services. Land, energy, information, customer. Why I'm considering the customer because customer is also input for the continuous improvement process. Okay, so when you provide a particular product to the customer, customer will give the feedback. So in the initial stage, you will give some pre-specimen to the different people, and they give the feedback, and on the basis of that, you can improve the entire operation management related part. So that's why customer is also considered as an input. So what is the operation management system? When I say the operation management system, then I'm considering the input, process, and output. Input, you know that there's a labor, material, equipment, capital management. These are the input, and this input I'm transforming so that there's some process I will apply, and I will get the finished good and services. So again, when I pass, always you will not get the finished good and services. Sometimes maybe you will get the defective product. Sometimes you are not providing the means uh, right quality services to the customer. So that all the thing you will know with the help of the feedback loop. Feedback loop, there you will pass the feedback. Okay, we are not producing the right quality product, so we need to do the improvement in the process, we need to do the improvement in the inputs. Maybe we are not able to produce right quality because of the raw material quality is not good, because of the skill labor is not available. What are the things that you will improve with the help of the feedback loop? So this entire thing is considered as a operation management system. So now if you see means the decision related to operation management, if I say the decision means first is the strategic decision, then you will set the direction for the entire company. And means strategic means you are doing the planning for the long term. So in long term, what will be the direction of the entire organization? We need to launch the new product or not? Or what is the planning? Can we go with the same product, or how much product we need to produce in the future? What is the capacity planning we need to do? So that will become into the strategic decision. Tactical decision is in day to day, is addressing the day to day issues like how much resource required. Okay, when we need to schedule a particular thing, when we need to schedule a particular service related thing, like when we need to open the particular store, when we need to close. If I talk about the service industry, if I talk about the production industry, then when we need to start the production of a particular goods, okay, and at which location we need to start, how much quantity we need to produce. So these are day to day means decision. So that's why it's come into the tactical part. Strategic means long term, tactical means short term, day to day. Now here you can see the inputs of the any this is the operation management system. In operation management system, the input is land, labor, capital, information. That I will pass into the transformation process, transformation and the conversion process that convert this input into the some good end services. Again, you will measure the feedback that will pass, and on the basis of that, you will control the transformation. You will control the input. Okay, so maybe the quality of the product is not good because of the raw material, because of the means not available skill labor. Okay, here also you can consider the material. Okay, so this means etc. Okay, then many more things will be there. So you will control the thing and you try to give the good quality and services always. Okay, so that is the requirement. Good quality products and services, or you can say the goods and services which is come into the appropriate quality and the right quantity you will produce with the stipulated time period and in the minimum cost. So feedback is measurement taken at a various point in the transformation process. You will take the feedback. Okay, we are doing properly or not, and if it is not proper, you will take some action and you try to make it okay. Means by taking some corrective action, you try to make it entire thing proper. So every organization will not be the means always good base. Okay, so if I talk about some product based organization, like again if I talk about some company like Whirlpool is making the washing machine, so it is not providing the only good. They provide the services also. One fellow will come give the demo how you can run a particular machine, what are the requirement, what you need to do, entire process. So that is a service. After that, their call center number is also available for all the organization. If I talk about a good base organization who produce a good tangible product, but their service part also will be there. So always you can say then only pure product and good base organization will not get. Sometimes right now the trend is like that you will get the combination. So every organization provides some services and some goods. Okay. Now, the basic organization you can divide into the three main parts. The first part is the marketing, the next is the operation, the third one is the finance. Okay, so marketing generates the demand. Means how much means you need to produce that answer maybe many times you will get from the marketing department. So marketing people do the proper marketing campaign about that particular product, and they create the demand of that particular product inside the market. Okay, so now the requirement and the demand is created. So now what is the next thing? You need to create that particular product. So that creation part is coming to the operation. These people generate the demand. These people create that particular products and services, and these people track how well organization is doing. We are means the paying the bill on the right time, collect the money, attract the investors. So this all the part is the finance related part. So these are the four means three main part: marketing, operation, and finance. Any organization you can categorize in these three sections. One is the marketing, they generate the demand. One is the operation, they create the product and services. The next one is the finance, they track how well organization is doing. They pay the bills, they collect the money. So this is the finance related part. So when we talk about the operation management, supply chain, what are the career opportunity? So in the supply chain, what are the career opportunity? Even there is the operation management and supply chain. What is the career opportunity? You can work as an operation manager. You can work as a means quality manager, as well as you can work as a supply chain manager, inventory manager, industrial engineer, production manager, and production analyst. So even many more is there. You could maybe work as a analyst also. If you are good in the forecasting, then you can work as a data analyst also. So forecasting is also one of the chapter inside this introduction of operation management. But we will try to cover the introductory part. We will not go that much deep into the all things, because here we need to discuss in this particular operation management forecasting related some basic concept, as well as the inventory related basic concept, scheduling related basic concept. There are many more things. So I think means we will give the some basic idea about all these things. But if you're really interested in one particular field, then you need to explore more. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you all. Thank you for